Welcome to Claudia Explores. Today I'm going to be doing a review on episode 4 of Tom Jones, the PBS miniseries that debuted on April the 30th. And I will have to say this final episode was amazing, and it had confirmed a lot of suspicions that I had, and I am so happy that I'm able to have seen this miniseries. I'm not really sure how many people were able to find out that this is going on, but if you did not get the chance to follow it while it was just, you were able to view it on PBS for free and also see it on the PBS app that you find on your TVs, I suggest that you would first go to PBS, I think it's .org or .com, I don't remember which one, but you will know that it's official, by that icon and all that, those earmarks. That the best way would be to make a donation. Right now, currently, I do believe the last 2 episodes are for free. The other 2 episodes you will have to pay for by purchasing a passport, which you do by making a donation. Or you can go to Prime, and again, you would have to purchase. However you see fit. I prefer, if I were anyone wanting to watch this series, I prefer to make a donation to PBS directly. And also soon it will be on DVD, so that's another option. I believe that will be later on in May, so like the 29th, I do believe, but you can pre-order right now. But enough of that. So let's get into my suspicions. So there is Bridget Bliffold. All of these suspicions pretty much surrounds Bridget Bliffold, formerly known as Bridget Allworthy. She is the sister to Tom Jones's adopted father, who's Squire John Allworthy. So my first suspicion that I can recall that I had on her was, why would she marry Captain William Bliffold? I saw him as, he's like the exact version of his son, or his son is like a mini me of his father. He's very conceited. He's really cold, unromantic. Always looking for what is it in there for me. Just really a villain, really, in my opinion. And he displays all these characteristics, and at the same time, he has no compassion, no feeling, no romance towards Bridget Bliffold, or Allworthy at the time. And she decides to go ahead and marry him. I'm just like, wow, this seems kind of desperate. And it was like a surprise. Her brother didn't even know. And it just seems like something a lady would not do. Like, she would just go through the process of introducing this man and, getting him acquainted to her family. And no such thing happened. He just kind of popped up out of nowhere when it was spread around town that he had adopted this boy. So right there, I was like, wow, he's concerned about him adopting a boy. So it seems like, he's kind of like a gold digger. I think he's trying to make sure that money doesn't go to someone else. So right away, I saw him as a gold digger, and the maids also saw him as a gold digger. So that kind of confirmed what I was feeling. And so that's one suspicion. Like, why would she marry him? So another one that I had is, why did she keep telling Tom Jones that he's a gentleman when he didn't have any family? He was pretty much left at their doorstep, abandoned by his mother, Jenny Jones. Why would she call him a gentleman when his mother is not of noble birth or aristocratic birth, and his father is unknown, so most likely he is of no noble birth, of no aristocratic birth. So why would he be considered a gentleman? And on top of that, he has no money, because now she has a son, William Bliffold Jr., to inherit all of the estate that is of the Allworthy. So that was another suspicion I had of her. Now, another one is, why didn't she become angry at Tom Jones for wanting to take the promised bride to her son, William Blifeld? She just seemed not angry about it. She didn't want her brother to banish Tom Jones from their home. She was just like, give him another chance. And not once did she address the fact that Tom was interfering with her son's supposed happiness. So that was another one. And here I am finally getting those confirmed. Like, these are like things you're just like, you don't really say anything about, and you might have these suspicions about someone and you just don't say it because you don't really have anything to, make it valid. But this episode made it valid, and it was all brought to the forefront by Jenny Jones, the supposed mother of Tom Jones. She had made, when it just became impossible to keep any longer because of the welfare of Tom Jones being in the balances of, whether he's going to be, a whole person, because there's some events that has surrounded his who's his mother. So Jenny Jones approached the Allworthy family with this: we must go to Tom Jones and tell who is his mother. And his mother is, you guessed it. I mean, I brought all these suspicions up. Like, a mother wouldn't be mad about her son, like, to the point where she wants to banish him. What's her name? Bridget is his mother. So this is a wonderful surprise to me, and I'm sure a wonderful surprise to Tom Jones, that all along he's been with his mother. So I remember in one episode that he was crying about not having a sweet gray-haired woman worrying about him, and all along he did have a sweet old woman worried about him. So, and also on top of that, he has reestablished himself as the rightful heir of the Allworthy estate. So he's to inherit Paradise Hall, as well as all the businesses and the wealth that comes along with that, and the title. So I was like, oh yes, I'm so happy for Tom Jones. So it turns out, because my suspicion I had for Jenny Jones was that she did not have the feeling of a mother when she was giving away Tom Jones to the Allworthy family. That was very suspicious to me. She wasn't crying. She didn't want to let him know, let Squire Allworthy know that this is the father of my son. So when he becomes of age, he should know who's the father. These are things I would expect a mother to do, but she did nothing. She didn't want to see him. It was just very much business, like, transaction, and I was right about that. So that was the other suspicion I had. It was for Jenny Jones. Now let's go on to the folly of Tom Jones. This is what makes him lovable, but at the same time it can make him annoying. So he's always concerned of others' feelings and well-being. And it often puts him in a precarious position, but at the same time, this is what makes him lovable. He's willing to go above and beyond for people. And at the moment of him having to be imprisoned, and he was pretty much on his way to being deleted out of the world, his cousin came, William Blifeld Jr., to his jail cell, and his cousin, as usual, didn't have any love in his heart, didn't have any compassion. And at that moment, as usual, Tom Jones extends his hand to him. And at that moment of no well wishes, but just to condemn him and rub it in his face, Tom Jones again says, I have enough love in me. And he asks for forgiveness for pretty much being an unwanted visitor and an unwanted, never going home visitor in his cousin's life. And he asked for his forgiveness, and he saw himself as an inconvenience, and that right there makes him so lovable. Another moment where he's forgiven someone or has allowance for someone was Lady Ballaston. She blackmailed him. She not only blackmailed him, but she took advantage of his vulnerability, his poverty, and his despair. And still, he was concerned about her reputation, even though she has taken so much from him and used and abused him. That's another lovable moment of him. And another one is, again, he has someone close to him who's proven to be not really trustworthy. And maybe it was just a moment of weakness or whatever, but Black George, someone he's always found a friend in, confesses to stealing his 500 pounds that his father, Squire Allworthy, had given to him when he banished him out of the home. And this was to help him settle into the world of, being on his own. And what did Black George do? Knowing that he's been banished out of his home, he took it and he built his own home for himself. And so, when Black George confessed this thievery he did against Tom Jones forgave him sincerely and readily, and he accepted Black George's sincere apology so easily. So that is just so lovable of him. So this is really the display of love, the love that freely and sincerely flows from Tom Jones. So I really like how they depicted him in this series. He's a little ditzy and naive and to a default, so too giving, but at the same time, I love this character, and I don't want to know what kind of character is in the book that was written by Fielding. I don't remember his first name. I don't want to know because it kind of seems like a disgusting character, but this one I will take. And then the whole point of it for me is his union with Sophia Western. At moments, it seemed like it might not come to be, but they've because of all these revolutions and Tom Jones had gaining the courage and determination to finalize what he needed to finalize with Sophia, which is letting her know his love he has for her. They were able to come together and become husband and wife, and I mean, what can you say to that? A beautiful Black woman is able to become a married woman and secure her safety, her health, and happiness. And she's marrying a man who's bringing something to the table. He's beautiful, he's compassionate, and he's the complete package. So I find this whole series all in all breathtaking and deeply moving, and I suggest any woman, especially a Black woman, definitely watch this series and take a moment to invest in it so things like this can be realized. Hey, there's an audience for it, let's produce more. So thank you for sitting here and hearing my review. I hope you share this and give this a thumbs up and a comment. Take care.